Today, we're diving into a fascinating, and let's be honest, very important topic. The 10 gayest states in America, and how Donald Trump's presidency could shake things up for the LGBTQ+ community living there. But first, let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered why so many LGBTQ+ people flock to certain states while avoiding others? Why are some places seen as safe havens of acceptance while others feel more like a fight for survival? Stick around, because we're not just looking at stats today. We're uncovering the deeper stories of why these states attract queer people and what challenges they might face in the future. Before we get started, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Alright, let's jump in and take a look at the 10 gayest states in America, why queer people are thriving there, and what's at stake during this presidency. Our first stop is the Golden State, California, a haven for the LGBTQ+ community for decades. With an LGBTQ+ population estimated at 5.3%, California is home to millions of queer residents. Cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Palm Springs are LGBTQ+ epicenters, offering unparalleled community and resources. California's inclusivity extends to its laws, with some of the strongest protections for LGBTQ+ people in the country. Still, even a state as progressive as California isn't immune to federal decisions. Trump's policies on immigration, for example, disproportionately affected LGBTQ+ immigrants. His administration's hostility toward trans rights could once again put LGBTQ+ Californians at risk, particularly in areas like healthcare access and housing. The state's large politically active queer community would likely fight back against any regressive changes, but federal policies could still strain California's resources and challenge its efforts to be a haven for the LGBTQ+ population. Our next stop takes us to the city that never sleeps, New York. Its LGBTQ+ population may sit at 4.9%, but in terms of sheer numbers, it's one of the largest in the nation. The state has long been a cultural and political hub for the LGBTQ+ rights movement, with landmarks like the Stonewall Inn standing as symbols of queer resistance. From the bustling queer scene in New York City to more rural areas embracing inclusivity, the state offers something for everyone. Trump's presidency has reignited fears about healthcare access, particularly for those relying on Medicaid or other federal programs that support low-income LGBTQ+ individuals. His administration's stance on trans rights could also lead to battles over policies like bathroom access and sports participation, even in a state as progressive as New York. The state's activists would undoubtedly mobilize in response, but federal challenges could still create significant barriers. Our journey now takes us to Massachusetts, a state steeped in history and home to a thriving LGBTQ+ community, with approximately 5.4% of the population identifying as LGBTQ+. It was the first state to legalize same-sex marriage in 2004, a landmark moment in U.S. history. Boston and surrounding areas offer a thriving queer culture, and the state's healthcare systems are among the best in providing trans-inclusive care. Trump's second presidency could significantly affect Massachusetts' LGBTQ+ residents by targeting federal healthcare funding or protections for trans individuals. Although the state's policies are progressive, federal action could disrupt funding streams or lead to renewed battles over gender-affirming care access. The strong LGBTQ+ community here would likely organize in response, but the tension between state-level protections and federal policies could complicate the lives of many. Our journey now takes us to the tropical paradise of Hawaii, known for its stunning landscapes and vibrant culture. With 5.1% of its residents identifying as LGBTQ+, is often seen as a paradise for queer individuals. Its laid-back culture, rich history of indigenous acceptance of gender diversity, and strong state protections make it a unique and inclusive environment. However, Hawaii's reliance on federal funding for many programs could leave it vulnerable under this presidency. Trump administration's efforts to dismantle protections for LGBTQ+ individuals in healthcare and housing could disproportionately affect Hawaii's queer residents, particularly those in rural or underserved areas. While the state's progressive policies provide some insulation, federal actions could disrupt the sense of security many LGBTQ+ Hawaiians currently enjoy. Our journey now takes us to the Pacific Northwest, to Washington State, known for its stunning natural beauty, from the Cascade Mountains to the Puget Sound. Washington State, with its LGBTQ+ population also sitting at 5.3%, is known for its progressive culture and cities like Seattle, which hosts one of the largest pride festivals in the nation. The state offers comprehensive anti-discrimination laws and trans-inclusive healthcare, making it a popular choice for queer individuals. With Trump's return to office, federal attacks on LGBTQ+ rights could affect Washington's most vulnerable residents, such as trans youth and LGBTQ+ individuals experiencing homelessness. Federal funding for programs supporting these communities could be jeopardized, creating gaps that even Washington's progressive policies might struggle to fill. While the state's strong grassroots activism could counter some of these effects, the uncertainty of federal policies might leave some residents feeling less secure. As we dive deeper into this list, I want to hear from you. Are you surprised by any of the states we've talked about so far? Did your state make the list? Or do you think it should have? And here's the big question. How do you think Trump's presidency could impact LGBTQ+ rights where you live? Let me know in the comments. Plus, if you're enjoying this breakdown and want more videos like this, make sure to smash that like button so I know we're on the right track. And hey, if you've got ideas for future topics, drop those in the comments too. We're building this channel together, so your input really matters. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because trust me, we've got some big, bold conversations coming your way that you won't want to miss. Our journey now takes us further south along the Pacific coast to Oregon, a state known for its natural beauty and independent spirit. Oregon boasts a higher LGBTQ+ population than the national average, with around 5.6% of residents identifying as LGBTQ+. Cities like Portland are cultural meccas, offering a wealth of LGBTQ+ bars, events, and organizations. Oregon's history of progressive politics, including its early adoption of anti-discrimination laws, makes it a popular destination for queer individuals seeking community. However, Oregon's LGBTQ+ residents face heightened anxiety about potential Supreme Court decisions with Trump's return to office. His administration has previously supported arguments that could limit LGBTQ+ rights under the guise of protecting religious liberties. With Oregon being a hub of activism, a Trump presidency could spur even more local resistance, but it might also leave marginalized residents bracing for policy battles over healthcare, housing protections, and trans rights. Our journey now takes us to the charming state of Vermont, known for its picturesque landscapes and quaint villages. Vermont has one of the highest percentages of LGBTQ+ residents, with 5.3% of its population openly identifying as part of the community. Known for its progressive politics, inclusive policies, and picturesque small towns, Vermont has been a safe haven for LGBTQ+ individuals for decades. Civil unions were legalized here back in 2000, years ahead of many other states, paving the way for marriage equality. The state's close-knit communities foster a sense of belonging, and many LGBTQ+ people are drawn to Vermont for its laid-back lifestyle and emphasis on equality. However, Donald Trump's presidency, coupled with his conservative judicial appointments and policies that rolled back protections for LGBTQ+ individuals, could reignite concerns over federal protections. His administration may prioritize religious freedom bills that challenge anti-discrimination laws. For Vermonters, federal actions could be at odds with their state's deeply progressive values, creating a push-and-pull dynamic between local and national policies. Our journey now takes us to the Rocky Mountain state of Colorado, known for its breathtaking scenery, outdoor adventures, and growing reputation as a welcoming destination for the LGBTQ+ community. Colorado ranks high with an LGBTQ+ population of 5.8%. Cities like Denver and Boulder are cultural hotspots, And the state is known for its stunning landscapes and inclusive policies. Colorado has enacted laws protecting LGBTQ+ residents in housing, employment, and public accommodations. Trump's re-election could affect Colorado in areas like education, where his administration previously supported policies that allowed schools to discriminate against LGBTQ+ students. Federal policies targeting trans youth could also create new challenges for Colorado's progressive education system, despite the state's commitment to inclusivity. The LGBTQ+ community in Colorado would likely rally against any federal overreach, but the impacts on vulnerable populations could still be significant. Our journey now takes us to the northeastern state of Maine, a state known for its natural beauty and experiencing a rising tide of LGBTQ+ acceptance and equality. Maine, where 5.2% of the population identifies as LGBTQ+, offers a quieter yet welcoming environment. Known for its small towns and stunning natural beauty, Maine has increasingly attracted queer individuals looking for acceptance in more rural settings. Its progressive policies and focus on community building make it an underrated LGBTQ+ destination. However, Maine's LGBTQ+ community could face challenges under another Trump presidency. Federal attempts to redefine gender or limit anti-discrimination protections would directly impact queer Mainers, especially those in rural areas where resources are already sparse. While Maine's state government is likely to maintain its progressive stance, federal actions could exacerbate the divide between rural and urban queer experiences. The last stop on our journey is Nevada, with an LGBTQ+ population of 5.5%, has become a vibrant hub for the community, particularly in Las Vegas. The state's entertainment-driven economy and reputation for embracing diversity have created a welcoming environment for LGBTQ+ individuals. Nevada also has strong protections in place, including anti-discrimination laws and support for gender-affirming care. Despite this, a Trump presidency poses risks. His administration previously rolled back healthcare protections for LGBTQ+ individuals and could attempt to do so again, potentially impacting Nevada's LGBTQ+ residents who rely on federal programs. Additionally, Trump's rhetoric around law and order could embolden hate groups, creating safety concerns in more conservative parts of the state. And that wraps up our journey through the 10 gayest states in America and the potential impact of a Trump presidency on their LGBTQ+ communities. We've covered the stats, the culture, and the challenges. If you found this video informative, or even just thought-provoking, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps get this conversation out to more people. And if you're new here, don't leave without hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell so you're notified every time we dive into topics that matter. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Stay informed, stay proud, and as always, take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you in the next one.